Alright man, sod the intro dude, let's make this snappy. I've got 30 seconds to grade every single legendary champion that I've ever maxed on my main account, going by faction, starting off with Rathalos Blademaster, who's the only champion for the Bannerlords faction that's legendary quality that I've ever 60'd on my main account. That's kinda crazy as hell. Rathalos, free log and reward legendary, solid Hydra damage dealer, lots of big AoE smacks and deals bonus damage to enemies under HP band debuffs. Problem is, he just doesn't quite stack up to other specialist Hydra damage dealers, and because he's a little bit clunky to use in many other areas of the game, I'm gonna give him a solid C+, right? And hopefully that's gonna set the tone for how I'm gonna be grading these champions. I gotta start somewhere. I do love Rathalos. I nearly said. But I'm gonna give him a good old C+, man. Abada, I mean, A+. Abada's gotta be an A+. She's gonna get the highest grade available. Why? She's still so bloody good in the likes of Arena. Doesn't really get better in terms of 10 meter boosters, 30% 10 meter fill, increased attack. She brings a revive that can also double up as a 10 meter fill as well. And of course she gets that 30% increased speed aura. How could I give Abada any less than an A+, to be fair? Warmaster Athorian, another easy A+. Like, we're starting off strong here. We're starting off very strong. Looking at the champions that are coming up above my head as well. Warmaster Athorian, incredible Hydra damage dealer. Everything that you wish Rathalos was, you know. Lots of AoE damage, big block buffs, debuffs, decreased attack debuffs, and damage based on enemy max HP on this A2 smack. Just a very, very bloody good champion, and even though I don't have any red stars on my Wallmaster, even him being like unawakened, he still finds a place in my Hydra teams because he's just that bloody good. Next up, Basilius Uranus. Wait, what? I don't even have Basilius Uranus on my main account. That's because you can start off a new raid account right now by using the beginner promo link that's down below this video at the top of the description box and get Basilius Uranus, who I'd give about a C grade, by the way. I think if I was grading him. I never actually built him before, but I imagine that I would if I was ranking him in this list. You can start off your new account, man, with Mr. Uranus as your free start legendary champion just by creating that new raid account by using the beginner link that is down below this video at the top of the video description box. Man, you'll also get a bunch of free epic champions as well as you level up your account. It's just the best beginner promo link on, man, so make sure to get that used if you're ever looking to create a new free-to-play account or you're looking to invite a friend to start playing raid. Send them that link, man. Next up, Wixwell, A+++++. If there's one champion on my account that I would not give up for anything, dude, Vaultkeeper Wixwell is him. This is the engine of my account. He makes my best Hydra team on my account tick as the Hydra team provoker. Very, very reliable on his A1. AoE decreased attack. He brings, of course, all the crazy shield and shield building mechanics across his other skills that make him sort of like the centerpiece of my unkillable Demon Lord Clan Boss teams. And by that, I mean infinity Demon Lord Clan Boss teams, allowing me to one key any difficulty that I want of Demon Lord Clan Boss. Unbelievable champion, absolutely incredible. Lady Noelle, I'm gonna give her a B. I'm gonna give Lady Noelle a B. She's fine. You know what? I'm gonna give her a C. I'm gonna give her like a C+. I think that she's fine. She's pretty good. She brings a 30% speed aura. She brings a revive. She brings an AoE freeze against enemies. In Arena, she can also cleanse sleep, which is really tight. And did I say sleep? I meant sheep, for God's sake. She's got some niche uses. I just feel like I use other supports other than Lady Noelle in live Arena most of the time. I do feel like she's quite limited as being an Arena option most of all. Next up, we've got a good one, man. Gretel Hagbane. Yeah, I gotta give this champion like a D+. Like a D+. She's pretty good. She's pretty good. I feel like, again, she's a little bit limited more to stuff like wave content. And, oh god, okay. Her reviews also speak to that as well. I guess people are a bit underwhelmed by Gretel. I'm gonna give her a D+. She's a little bit limited to wave content. She brings an attack on enemies with 10 meter decrease, which is great. She brings a quad hitter on the A2, which is lovely as well. She's a fine Arena champion and a fine Arena nuker, but only for earlier on in the game. You're probably going to find better options than Gretel as your account gets more developed. Me, I pretty much just use her in wave content on my account. Alice the Wanderer, a little bit higher rank. I'll give Alice a solid, you know what, I'm going to give her a B-, actually. I really, really do enjoy Alice the Wanderer. I feel like she's a solid champ. The way that her A2 works, attack all enemies, 310 cooldown bucked, 100% chance bucked as well of increasing the cooldown of all enemy skills by 2 turns. I mean, if you've been playing any live arena at all recently, you know how bloody strong this is on the likes of Fabian, who's all over the place in live arena, just clapping all kinds of cheeks. Alice can do like a similar deal with this A2. She's a great amount of damage as well, and she functions pretty nicely as well for like free-to-play accounts and stuff that just want a damage dealer without skill bucks. You know, you don't need to commit the legendary tomes to your Alice to get good value out of her. Good old He-Man, from a free log and reward legendary, to He-Man, a literal premium champion that I only got on the main account by spending. This guy is a beast. I'm going to give him an A grade. He-Man is well up there. He is my Nuka of choice going into live arena. Very, very good. It almost depresses me that he's so good because he was only like buy to use kind of thing. You know, you can only get him if you spent in the game. So it depresses me a little bit that he's this good, but he has an A2 that smacks, fills 10 meter if it kills an enemy, and it pierces stone skin buffs, which is incredibly clutch in arena. And this A3, dude, things simply do not survive this attack all enemy skill. I mean, it hits for like 500,000 on everybody. I don't think I need to say anymore. Very, very solid champion. Bivald of the Thorn. Ooh, how do you rank Bivald? I'll give him a C+. I'll give him a C+. I was tempted to go B. Some people might disagree, some people might call him a B. I'm going to give him a C+. He's a fine old champion. Places Provoke on his A1. He's pretty good as well as a Mischief tank and a Provoker into Hydra because he self-buffs with Strengthen and something else. Oh, never mind. It's literally just Strengthen, so you can run him as like a reliable-ish Mischief tank if you build him with a good amount of speed and high resistance and stuff into Hydra. Good amount of utility on this guy. I just find that I don't use him anymore into Hydra because I've just gradually pulled my way into better options than Bivald over the years. But yeah, solid champion all in all. Constantine, level 59. I can't give him a grade. I haven't actually used him yet. I'm still in the process of farming up the... Oh, his mastery is actually farmed. I haven't actually given him a test run yet, is what I'm trying to say. Odin Fairfather, A+. This guy's insane. This guy's crazy. This guy is really bloody good, man. This is one of those champions that I foresee myself using for the rest of my account's lifespan. He brings a speed aura plus 40% speed in arena battles, but the catch is only with Void ally affinity champions on your team, right? And so what that means is that he's incredible to use right now, and as you get more and more better Void champions to throw in alongside him in arena, he's only going to get better and better. Brings a crazy passive that places block damage every 9 turns that just you or your enemies take, sort of combined, just placing block damage on everybody. Smacks and deletes idiots with his A3, has buff strip and decreased defense and a stun, 100% clip land rate on his A2. Fantastic champion. Next to Manfreya Fateweaver. I've got to give her an A as well. Maybe like an A-. I find that she's not as much of an auto-include in like all areas of the game as some of the other champions that I've given an A tier 2, but I'm going to give her an A- anyway. She's still a fantastic champion. Huge shields, huge increased defense. I actually use it in a Stone Skin set in Live Arena for the remove all debuffs effect on a A3, and places block debuffs on them and also fills 10 meter of allies by 20% as well. So I've got her running in a relatively fast, just shy of 300 speed Stone Skin set, and her job is just to jump in case my 10 meter booster is too slow. She jumps in, she removes debuffs, places block debuffs, and gives us that 10 meter boost, just in case my 10 meter booster was just a bit slower than my enemy. You know what I'm saying? Great champion though in many areas of the game. Thor Fairhammer. Is Thor going to get a B+? I think he'll get himself a B+. Very good champion. Very good champion. Fantastic champion into many areas of the game. I think his versatility is his biggest strength. Attacks one enemy 2 times on his A1, decreasing enemy 10 meter. He brings an AoE smack that ignores block damage and unkillable, which is great for arena. And then he brings an AoE smack on his A3 that places decreased speed. And so, as you can well imagine, he's great into AoE content, he's great into PvP, he's great against waves, he's solid in Hydra, right? He's just got a lot going for him. He's kind of like the ultimate jack of all trades damage dealer champion. Still use him in, I think, my second best Hydra team, and I will throw him in as sort of a stand-in for He-Man if like He-Man gets counterpicked or something in live arena. Thor will be my second choice damage dealer to take into arena. Very good champion indeed. Loki the Deceiver. Now, this is a champion that if you asked me like just a few weeks ago, I would have given Loki an automatic D and told you just forget about it. I think that now he's earned enough respect to earn a C+ grade from me. Loki is quite solid. And remember, I gave Rathalos a C as well. You know what I'm saying? So like a C+ is not like an insult to the champion. A C grade means that the champion's usable, they're pretty good, but they're probably going to be replaced over time by better legendary options. I think that Loki falls well into that category, man. You can place him in a cursed set and use him in Hydra, attack all enemies on his A1, increasing the duration of all enemy debuffs by 1 turn, and having a chance to place Hex via that cursed set is a great use for the champion. Does also place block buffs as well on his A2. It's not mega reliable though, because it's like a debuff spread effect block buffs sort of combo, and so it doesn't always place block buffs on all of the Hydra heads if you want to take him into Hydra, but he's got enough other uses in different areas of the game, things like Arena, where he's very, very slippery, that I think Loki does enough to be versatile enough to earn himself at least that C+ grade. I'll score Crimson Horn. I'll be really honest. This is a champion that I built because I know he's really solid. I've barely used him anywhere. Which I can't really grade him honestly as a result, because I could just give him a D tier and call it a day because I don't use him anywhere, but that would be ridiculous because I know how good this champion is, being a key component as well of block damage and like unkillable Demon Lord clan boss teams. I understand he's also quite solid as a Chimera support as well. All kinds of heals on his A1, buff strip, continuous heal buffs. These are all great things to bring it to Chimera, as well as the block damage and the full heals. And when attacked, he has a chance of placing decreased speed. Like, he's a great Chimera champion. I've just never actually found a use for him on my account, which is ridiculous. And so I'm just going to go ahead and quietly skip I'll score onto the next A+ tier champion, Archer Queen, dude. I got this champion when my account was 3 weeks old. Okay, I was just high enough account level to qualify for the champion training tournament that you had to finish first in to win the Archer Queen. Dude, look at this, man. I found the video. Where it happened, where we won the tournament. Look at how many points I earned to win one of the best legendaries in the game. Like, what are we even doing here, man? 12,000 points? Crazy as hell. Obviously, I use her in Hydra teams, all of that good stuff. Just one of the best champions of the game. Of course, she gets an A+. Moving on to Yakal the Scourge. I'm gonna just give him like a solid B-. He's almost exclusively got use in hard mode Fire Knight, but you need such like specific champions to progress into hard mode Fire Knight. Multi-hitter freeze champions, that any champion that helps you out into hard Fire Knight is gonna get a B- at like an absolute minimum, you know. So yeah, solid champ. Next up, Dune Lord Gregor, man. As we plow on through the rest of the barbarians, Dune Lord's got terrible reviews. To be honest, I give him like a C, which I think is pretty bad for like a faction unity champion. I think he's okay. His best possible effect just comes from the A3, which is just like a increased attack, increased accuracy buff, 4-turn cooldown bugged, decreased cooldown of all ally skills, which is great, fill the turn rate of all allies by 20%, which is also lovely, and activate an instant turn effect on the ally with the highest crit damage except this champion, which is Thor, right? And so that A3, very nice. The rest of his kit is just like, hey, he puts up some shields. That's really it. Like, he's a little bit of a one-trick pony, man. Which, like, is fine and all. And I've got very powerful barbarians on my account. Like, you'd think that a barbarian team, like a barbarian-style Hydra team or something, would be one of the better teams for me to take into Hydra on my account. But honestly, Dune Lord just doesn't do enough. Like, he's outperformed by the likes of like a Mad Hatter with like an ally attack that, you know, utilizes the Thor in that way instead. And so even as a faction unity champion surrounded by powerful barbarians, I find that I really only use him in faction wars, which is a little bit depressing. Next up, we've got good old Syl of the Drakes, man. Syl of the Drakes, I'm gonna, I'll give her a C. I think that she deserves a C. Have I given anything a D yet? I don't think I have. Oh, we're getting there, though. Oh my god, we're getting there. I've just seen it. Syl of the Drakes, yeah, she deserves a C pretty comfortably. I still actually use Syl of the Drakes alongside Drexthar Blood Twin to clear hard mode Doom Tower and farm hard mode Doom Tower Griffin. Just using her as like a healer, and her only job is just to live pretty much and revive anybody who drops on the team. You can do similar cheesy strats as well in Spider alongside Drexthar with Syl of the Drakes, you know, where she's just healing, stunning Spiderlings, getting off the revive, healing the team in general. She's a solid enough progression legendary that I'm pretty comfortable to give her a C, especially given that she's free and that she does pretty well even without legendary skill tomes in the champion also. Next up, Stock the Broken. Ooh, what do we give Stock? I'll tell you what we give Stock. We give Stock like a B-. Stock, pretty damn solid poison activator. He's lovely in that he also brings continuous heal buffs, some extra survivability on the squad, which is great. If you can combo him with an HP burner, he also places an additional poison debuff on his A3, as well as a weaken debuff, which is very saucy. And yeah, he's just a solid little champion. I think I'd rank him even higher if poisons were more useful in this game. It feels like I don't know, dude. HP burns versus poisons, the later on in the game you get, there's absolutely no competition over which one you want the most, and it doesn't begin with P, right? Poisons just drop off a lot, and so it's a bit depressing about that, but he's still a great champion, sort of in his own right. Next up, Fushan, one of the most underrated champions that I've maxed on my account. This guy is amazing, right? 24% ally speed aura in all battles. That's only 1% slower than an ally speed aura that you get from a mythical champion in all battles, okay? Unprecedented, kind of unheard of for a legendary champion. Very, very powerful speed aura indeed. I use them all the time still in Siege. I gotta give dude, am I that crazy? Am I that insane? I think I am. I'm gonna give Fushan an A. I think people way underrate this guy. I have like 5 attack tickets to use every time Siege starts. I don't have enough mythical champions with powerful speed lead auras to take care of all of those slots. I use Fushan basically every single Siege I get, and he farms me wins, dude. Build him nice and fast, build him for good damage as well. I still use him in tag arena teams also because this attack all enemies double hit a chance to stun. It's very lovely, but it's really about the speed aura in all battles that makes him very nice. Maybe an A is a little bit of an overstatement, but I want to make a point with Fushan. Okay, he's a solid champion. I like him. Next up, Nekmothar. God, couldn't be anything less than an A+. Yeah, he's got to be A+. Use him in my best, if not my second best, Hydra teams going on my account. Fantastic champion into Hydra. Attack all enemies, decrease attack. Need you even say more? The chance increases to 75% against targets under debuffs, which is just all the time into Hydra. This is such a high land rate, decrease attack for an attack all enemies. Brings a speed aura in all battles, that's great. Increase speed, decrease speed, leech debuffs. I don't know, man. He's just incredibly good. One of the best support champions of the game. And so, yeah, easy A+ for Nekmo. Samson the Masher, D. This guy. I wanted to love this guy. I built this guy out. I tested about it a little bit in Faction Wars, you know, with my Skinwalker's Faction Wars. And this was the first time I really noticed just how little HP-based nukers scale in this game. I had people saying in the comments, oh, Samson the Masher, bro, he hits so hard, man, he gets extra turns if he kills an enemy, blah, blah. Maybe I just need to book him up. Maybe if I fully booked him up, his damage would like significantly spike, but I'm just not feeling that right now. Like, I'm scared to put the books into this guy. I just feel like he's not great. I just feel like he's not great, man. He even brings like an increased crit damage buff and stuff on himself as well. And honestly, I've just resolved to equipping him up into crappy gear because I just thought to myself, like, I'm just not committing my good gear to Samson the Masher. What a letdown. He was supposed to help me out in Skinwalker's Faction Wars. Like, he's outdamaged by bloody Basher. Like the epic champion Basher, man. And again, I didn't always have him in this gear. I did have him in better gear than this before, but I've taken all the gear off of him because he doesn't deserve it, in my book. Samson the Masher, quite underwhelming. Worth a build, I guess, if you're desperate for a damage dealer for Skinwalkers, but don't expect him to be, you know, breaking the charts or whatever. Next up, man, Mr. Coronar, where the reviews are just crapping all over this guy. This is an A champion. This is an A grade champion. He's going to get an A. I don't care what anybody says. This guy's great. I've got him actually built in a provoke set, which is a little bit nuts. And then I've got him built with like decent resistance as well. So I use him on one of my Hydra teams, which is high resist. He resists everything coming in. You can use him as a mischief tank as a result of this. He buffs himself up with block debuffs and increased defense buffs as well. So he can actually function as a mischief tank if you're not bringing those on any of your other champions. He brings attack all enemies on multiple of his skills, which is why I have him in the provoke set. So he just, and the thing is, he spam counter attacks like a madman as well, thanks to his passive. He always has provoke up on the Head of Decay, no matter what, which is just bloody lovely. And then he brings decreased attack and decreased defense debuffs on his A3 as well. He just does so much stuff into Hydra, man. People way underrate Coronar. Like, I get it, he's a Void Legendary, maybe you wanted a little bit more from him, but for me, like, he is the perfect Hydra provoker, bringing all these extra tools to the team for me to use in my best Hydra teams. Next up, man, Snick Track. Very solid legendary. Difficult to, even though he's like not awakened or anything, I haven't used him in that many areas of the game. Mostly Faction Wars, that kind of thing, but when he's on your Faction Wars team, nobody dies, dude. I don't know, man. I gotta give him a B, I think. Just a solid B grade. He's not the kind of champion that's gonna like turn your account upside down and change everything and revolutionize your account like an Archer Queen or something, but he's gonna come on in and make your team just completely immortal with crazy ally protection buffs on a 3-turn cooldown, decreased speed debuffs on all enemies, and also shield buff on all allies, equal to 30% of Snicktrack's max HP, which is insane, right? It's crazy as hell. He places leech on attackers as well, I believe. Or, okay, whenever an ally under reflect damage is attacked, place a leech debuff on the attacker, decrease attack on the A1. I've got him in a Guardian set. Nothing dies when Snicktrack is on the team. Very, very solid champion. King Garrog. Oh, God. Oh. He's got to be D. He's just got to be. I've tried many times to get King Garrog builds to work. As you can see by his build now, I've kind of given up a little bit. He's not in very good crit damage gear anymore. Because again, I've stripped that gear off of him. I even did fully book this champion as well. Oh god. What the hell was I thinking, man? Yeah, he's got to be D. His damage just isn't there, even after recent buffs. Packmaster Shayak, I'm gonna give him a D for where he is right now. But obviously, once the current ongoing fusion is complete and I have the Hound, I'm pretty sure he's going to just like skyrocket up to at least a B, maybe a B+. Solid champion. Ally attack skill on his A1, that's going to be teaming up with Crocad the Hound, but until I can actually get to test that, you know, without the Hound, he's just not very good. Just doesn't bring a lot to the table without the Hound, man. Next up, Bells the Reckoner, and bloody hell, I'm going to have to start speeding this up, man. Bells the Reckoner, I'm going to give him like a D+. This could be a fine champion, I just haven't really tested him out a whole lot. Why? Because even though he brings in AoE block buffs and an elite debuff and all of that, he doesn't hit that hard because he's an HP-based damage dealer, and I just have better block buffs options from my other level 60 champions on the roster, such that I just haven't really found any use for him outside of Hydra, and so that means I haven't found much use for him kind of anywhere. Next up, Vulcanos. I could have given this guy an A-, though I will say, with the caveat that I haven't really figured out an area to use this champion in just yet consistently and reliably, and that is my fault. Actually, that's a lie. I do use him in the event dungeon as a nuker just to blast down all of their minions, and I do use him in Tag Arena. I feel like I should be using him in Live Arena, to be honest. I feel like I could be getting him used in a Hydra team as well. His A1's one of the hardest hitting A1 skills in the game. I feel like I'm going to give him an A-, even though my use of him deserves just an outright failing grade right away. I just got to fix that though. Sikia Flametongue. I got to give Sikia an A grade. I just have to. AoE HP burn, follow that up with an AoE weaken and decreased defense debuff skill, wrapped up in the same skill, just automatically very, very good. This is a champion that I do want to try building a Hydra team around, using Vulcanos and Sikia sort of in the same squad. Think it could pop off. That said, I've just done a bad job of getting use out of Sikia. I only just recently got the soul for Sikia, you know what I'm saying? So I just haven't had time to figure that out yet. Next up, Scored the Halfspawn. D+. D+. I wanted to like this guy. I was actually quite excited to do the fusion for this guy. I didn't have many champions that placed Hex. Brings an attack all enemies Hex debuff. Attacks one enemy on his A2. Also repeats the attack on all enemies under a Hex debuff. The problem is that by default, Scored's AI will prioritize using this A2 ahead of the A3, so that's like a pitfall you can run into with a champion, and his damage just doesn't really hold up, to be honest. Effectively, he's a damage dealer that brings Hex. That's kind of his thing, that's all he does. You're gonna use him in Hydra, maybe. I used him 2 or 3 times before finding a better replacement. I can't give him much more than a D+. I used Rathalos more than I used Scored, you know? Wither the Crowned, I'm gonna give this champion... I'll give her a C+, man. I'll give her a C+. She's a very, very solid support champion. Brings all kinds of continuous heals, debuff cleanse, big heal on this A3, as well as increased defense and the like on her A2. Solid champion. I find that she's a little bit one-dimensional in that all she really does is cleanse debuffs and heal. Like, there's no revives in the kit or no like special buffs in the kit, like increased speed and stuff like that, 10 meter boost or whatever. You could maybe get some use out of it in a Kez set into Hydra as a Hydra support and take advantage of the attack all enemies on the A1 and get some Hex debuffs up. That might be able to bump her score up a little bit. For me, on my account, of the use I got out of her, actually is a Chimera support more than anything when Chimera first released. I'd give her like a C+. Drexlar Blood Twin, similar deal. I'm going to give him a C as well. Solid champion. He's got some good uses in certain areas of the game just because of the nature of his passive, applying the HP burn. Makes it very, very easy to just build him as a very survivable champion and just allow the passive to do the work in terms of placing the HP burn. You can build it with high resistance and stuff into Spider. I've had a lot of fun making like demonstration videos with like Scylla the Drakes and Drexlar and just showing how you can build a very, very budget team to farm Spider stage 20 very reliably with the Drexlar. Solid champion. Helps that he's free. Tyrant Ixlamore. I'm going to give this guy a D. I'm going to give him a D, man. He's not the worst. She brings ally protect, she brings increased defense buff on all allies as well, so helps to boost up your team's survivability, and then he attacks all enemies and places HP burn, which is fine. The thing is, doesn't ally protect and increased defense buff plus his HP burn make him worthwhile enough to bring into Hydra? Given it can get quite tough to keep ally protector champions alive into Hydra, not so sure. There just tends to be better HP burner options, like a Sikia, for example, who we've just recently gone over. And if you're looking to bring HP burn into something like Spider's Den, you'd rather it wasn't an attack all enemies place HP burn, because you don't want the Spiderlings to die, and the ally protection and the increased defense in Spider's Den, typically not the most useful buffs to bring along, and so he's got a little bit of an issue where he kind of just struggles to fit in a little bit. Next up, Cheshire Cat. Oh god. This is gonna be... Okay. I'm just gonna caveat this by saying that I don't get much use out of nukers anyway that don't at least have full red stars for the extra crit damage and like the higher blessings and stuff like that. For a Cheshire Cat who's got no red stars at all, he's not awakened at all, I basically don't use this champion anywhere in the game. Even including faction wars, I don't think. He's very, very much been left behind. For that reason, I'm gonna give him like a C. I'm going to give him a C, which maybe is underrating him a little bit. He does kick my ass often in Tag Arena, so I can respect how good the champion is, but for me and for my experience of the champion, not great, right? Priv of the Slither is still level 59, not really built a team around her yet, not really used her into many areas of the game. I just got done building her out, so I can't really rank her. Lord Entertainer Fabian, A+. This guy's crazy, crazy good. It's all really about the A3. The speed aura in all battles is lovely. That's like a great bonus to have. Makes him usable in stuff like Siege and stuff like that, which is great. But dude, this A3 attacks all enemies, has a chance of decreasing the duration of enemy buffs by 3 turns, also has a 100% chance booked of increasing the cooldowns of enemy skills by 3 turns as well. Bro, this thing is like the scourge of Arena, and of Live Arena, and of Tag Arena, and of all of the arenas. Yeah, he couldn't be anything but an A, even though I hate this guy. Next up, man, we've got Morrigan. Dude, you know what? I'm just gonna go in, because I'm angry with Morrigan, dude. I'm angry with Morrigan. I'm gonna give her a D+. D+. She could have been a C+, maybe even a B-. But you know what really annoys me about Morrigan? She can place decreased speed on the A1, great. She has a chance of stealing all buffs from a target enemy on the A2. Solid. Also has a chance of placing True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn, but places decreased accuracy instead if the target is a boss, meaning against Chimera, she places the decreased accuracy and not the True Fear. Bro, that's really bad. Like, that's really annoying that she works like that. I'd rather she just tried and failed to place the True Fear against most bosses, and then was allowed to place True Fear against Chimera. It would actually make her somewhat usable as a Chimera champion, with the decreased speed A1, the buff steal, and then the 10 meter fill and the increased speed buffs. She might actually be like okay as a Chimera champion, but as she is right now, it just doesn't really work. Never really found much use for her either into other areas of the game as well, minus maybe Siege if you've got no other options, but yeah, I don't know. Next up, man, Rotos. God. At a minimum, a B+. Probably an A-. This guy's really good. This guy's really good. He's especially really good because he brings attack and HP scaling on all of his skills, right? All of his damage skills, they scale based on attack and HP, meaning you get to build him with a lot of health, make him nice and tanky. He's got an A3 that attacks through unkillable and block damage, which is amazing in Arena as well. And he's very hard to kill, right? Because you can build him with a bunch of health and will decrease the damage from enemy hits so that incoming damage from any single hit cannot exceed 50% of Rotos's max HP. And he just gets like an instant turn effect whenever he loses 50% health in one smack. So yeah, very, very good champion. A-, I think is about right. Knave of Hearts. I'm going to give Knave a C. I gotta be honest, I built out Knave of Hearts with the idea that, ooh, I can use this champion as like a heal reduction champ to take into Amius. And then I haven't used this champion anywhere because I realized that what would I rather do? I'd rather just take this little candle right here that's for some reason on my little side table and just like eat this rectally, okay, than fight Amius ever again inside of this video game. And so I just don't use Knave of Hearts anywhere, even though I know that he's got a pretty good use into Amius. You know, I've just never used him anywhere, man. Next up, we've got good old Lydia the Death Siren. Great champion, A+, very, very easy. The amount of utility she brings on just this A2 alone is nuts. decrease defense, weaken, strengthen, and increase speed all in one skill, and a block revive on her passive. Yeah, incredibly good. Mithrala, another very easy A+. Fantastic champion. All the accuracy you build on this champion gets converted directly into resistance, making her very hard to sort of disrupt and debuff in things like PvP, which is great because she brings debuff cleanse and shield buffs and stuff. She's actually quite solid. I use her in my Tigerina teams for this job. I use her in my Phantom Shoguns teams, just areas of the game where you wouldn't really expect to use a Mithrala life bin. She just shows up and pops off everywhere, man. This is a champion that does not disappoint. Next up, man, Vizix the Unbowed. Love this champion, once again. I'm gonna give her a B+. because Vizix solves everything. Okay, she's one of those champions where she's just bloody good everywhere, and I can always respect that in a legendary champion. Double hit at A1 with 10 meter steal is great. Attack all enemies, ally protect and decrease speed all in one skill, and then an AoE 310 cooldown provoke. Means that she's solid into Hydra, she's great into wave content, she's great into the likes of Fire Knight, even solid into the likes of Spider and stuff as long as she's in the right team and you're just making use of that 10 meter steal on the A1. I think as decently as people rate Vizix the Unbowed, I still think that she's a little bit underrated, so yeah, I'm gonna give her the good old B+. Next up, Queen Eva. Gotta be honest, I can't grade this champion because I just haven't really used her anywhere. Minus maybe Faction Wars, which I just auto-battle all of those and not pay any attention, so I just haven't really seen her do anything. Next up, Queen of Hearts, A+. This is again one of the better champions on my account. Wow, man. If you missed the video where I won the tournament to get Queen of Hearts, by the way, oh my god. You gotta go back and watch that video. Yeah, this is an incredible champion. Her passive is nuts. For every 10 buffs the enemy team receives, grant this champion extra 10. The amount of times you can just jump in live arena and just get a free 10 on your Queen of Hearts to do something insane like a huge ally attack skill on a A3. Which is amazing, or just buff strip from all enemies and then place True Fear on all enemies as well on her A2. Like, she's got incredible jump in potential. I use her all the time in basically all of my live arena battles alongside Odin. Incredible champion, man. Next up, Mad Hatter. Yeah, this seemed like a little bit of a nothing burger fusion, and then he's become like one of the best champions on my account. This is like an A- champion, I'd say. A- champion. Very good. Not as like indispensable as like an Archer Queen, but very bloody good. Attack all enemies, Hex, weaken on his A2, and it also teams up with the ally with the highest crit damage on your squad, which is crazy as hell. Especially if that champion is like a Thorlin Foulbeard on your team. Or like a Thor or something, you know. Very good. Brings a whole bunch of healing, debuff removal, 10 meter fill. His heals on his passive are actually way underrated as well. Very good champion indeed. Yeah, use him in, I believe, my second best Hydra team. Carolon the Ringer. God. You know, I should give this guy like a C because I haven't really used him as much as I should. I haven't given him as much of a tryout as I should. He just can attack all enemies on his A1. I wonder what he's like in like a cursed set, just into wave content and stuff like that. He does also bring a AoE freeze, 100% land rate as well, 310 cooldown, and it also fully depletes the 10 meters of all enemies that receive freeze debuffs from this skill, and so you know what I'm saying? Like, there's something to this champion. I do want to give him a C grade, only because he hasn't naturally fit into any of my teams anywhere on the account just yet, but I haven't really tried just yet either. But I want to give him the C grade anyway because I have seen him do crazy things in terms of wave control into wave content. Next up, Thea the Tomb Angel. This is a D-, bro. This champion might be the biggest disappointment of a legendary I've built in a long time. In fact, I can confirm that that is the case. She places Hex on the A1 with a double hitter, attacking it at random, and then she deals damage that increases based on how many Hex debuffs you have against the enemy, stacking up to 300%. Now, you'd think that into Hydra she'd be an okay damage dealer, except for the fact that she's like out-damaged by Royal Guard. Just not a very good champion. D-, piece of crap, get her in the bin. Next up, Thorlin. God, am I crazy to give Thorlin an A? I'm gonna give him an A, dude. I have to give Thorlin an A grade for one simple reason, and I gave Thor a B+, by the way. Thorlin has replaced Thor in my highest damage dealing Hydra team. You know? He just does more damage than the Thor. I don't know if it's like a build thing or whatever, but the Thorlin just smacks. Dude, this guy has really impressed me. In fact, I've passed over the Thor's cat's gaze onto the Thorlin because this little man has earned it. Very good champion. Shockingly good, actually. Especially when you've got him paired up with a bunch of like ally attackers and stuff in your Hydra team as well, and he's spamming off this A1 like crazy and getting all kinds of extra turns from this A1 as well. just very, very bloody good. Next up, we've got Ninja. I tell you what, Ninja has to be an A as well. I use him in my hard mod dragon team. I use him in a bunch of my Hydra teams. I use him in my Chimera teams, so like a Lady Mikage build. So he's proccing his ally attack like crazy on this A1 very, very often. One of the better boss killer HP burner champions in the game, with the ability to place HP burn and activate wrapped up in the same skill. I got my Ninja build in a nice and fast build with a reflex set ban, and I just got him focusing on spamming out this A2 as much as bloody possible in the longer fights like Hydra and Chimera specifically. Works wonders. The guy is great. Next up, Corrado Fox Hunter. I'm going to give him, I tell you what, man, I'm going to give him a C minus. I give him a C minus. I think Corrado gets a little bit of a bad rap, you know. This used to be one of my promo link champions, actually. He's quite solid with a triple hitter A1, chance to place weaken, is quite good. He also brings attack all enemies block active skills on his A3 as well, and so for a beginner account, if you're getting this guy as like your starter legendary, he can help you out into Fire Knight, he can help you out into Chimera with block active skills against the Viper form. Also brings a stun as well on his A2. Solid little multi-purpose champion. He's very much a jack of all trades, a specialist in nowhere, and that's kind of his downfall a little bit. I can't really put him in the same category as a Tomb Angel Thea now, can I? Because at least he's actually useful in some areas of the game, but he will be replaced by better legendaries as your account develops. Esther Dream Song, A. She's at least an A grade champion. Excellent. Great into arena, 10 meter boost, 28% speed aura in arena battles. Fantastic into Hydra with AoE decrease speed and AoE weaken. She brings a decent amount of healing as well. With their passive, whenever this champion or an ally has their 10 meter increased, heal all allies based on their max HP. Just solid there as well. She's solid everywhere. Ever since fusing this champion, I think I've used her in every single team I've ever made everywhere ever. Put it that way, man. Next up, Lemonici the Goldwing. I gotta be honest. I gotta be really honest, man. I think she's a D. I think she's a D, man. I tried really hard to get her pumping and get her hitting like good damage numbers. As you can see, since getting her blessing equipped, I haven't even picked a blessing on this champion yet because I've kind of already sort of soft given up on her, to be honest. She's just not all that, you know. She's got some attack all enemies action similar to a Rathalos, right? Except for the fact that Rathalos deals bonus damage to burning enemies and brings more AoE damage than Lemonici, so like Rathalos scales a lot further than, like I'm just comparing it to previous login reward champions. You've got Alice that you could compare her to, who brings a good amount of AoE damage and single target damage as well, similar to Lemonici. But Alice's A2, increasing the cooldown of enemy skills, is a big deal in arena, and so Alice can like specialize in that area of the game. Lemonici doesn't specialize anywhere. That's really a downside, man. She's got to be a D, which is really sad because she looks insanely awesome, and she's a free login reward, so you kind of hope that those champions are going to be better, but it pains me to admit she's probably a D. Glycad of the Meltwater. Oh my god. Oh, he's got to be A. He's got to be A, dude. He's gotta be, especially because I've got like a newfound appreciation for just protection set champions on my account. Now I've got like a really, really good amount of protection gear going. Any champion that brings full buffs like this, increased attack, perfect veil, increased accuracy, increased defense, and his passive is solid as well, just needs an A tier, you know. I use this guy into Chimera, I use him into Hydra, I use him even into hard mode Fire Knight as well, because he brings the revive as like a safety net and a double hit at A1 that places freeze. So yeah, very, very good champion. Searshield the Chard, the $500 champion, or whatever the hell it is, you know, from Plarium player points. Yeah, we got our hands, she's fine. She's fine. Like, she's pretty okay. She's pretty good. I'll give her like a B minus, which you'd expect given how hard it is to get. See, possible to get if you're free to play. Basically impossible. You'd expect more. She brings decreased speed on AoE, chance of placing Hex as well on this same A3. It's 410 cooldown. Then she brings an HP ban on all enemies for 2 turns on the passive, and that's kind of it, dude. I don't know, dude. That's kind of it. She does have a chance to activate her bans as well when she gets attacked in, so, you know, that's a little bit of something also. As far as legendary HP burners go, she's quite average for what you'd expect for how hard she is to get. Next up, Firil the Barkhorn. I'm going to say a B plus for Firil, only because I'm an idiot and I haven't found out a spot like to use him in just yet. That's going to change very, very soon. I can see myself giving this guy an A+ very soon. Why? He brings increased resistance and all of the buffs that I was talking about already. Oh god, I just said actually. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought for a second that he's one of those full buff champions that I was talking about. Not quite. He brings a lot of buffs and a lot of utility and a lot of plus resistance though, which is incredibly good. Once you're starting to build like high resist Hydra teams and stuff where you're just stacking 7, 8, 9, 10 buffs across your team and everyone's got so much resistance because of skills like this A3 that no one is vulnerable to the Head of Mischief. That's incredible once you can get those teams up and running. I need to work on that with Feral. I'm going to give him a B for now because I know his potential. Can very, very easily see this guy getting upgraded to an A. And that is every legendary champion on my account that I've ever taken up to level 60 graded on my main account, man. Did you disagree with my grades? You almost definitely did. Let me know which ones I'm way, way off with down below in the comments, man. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this. And, yeah, found it useful. In some way, shape, or form. Use the beginner promo link that's down below at the top of the video description box to start off a new raid account if you're ever looking to start off a new free-to-play account, or send that link to a friend if they're looking to start playing raid themselves. Get them off to the best start possible with all of the free stuff that you see on screen right now. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm going to catch all of you guys just a tad bit later, man.